Coach, obviously everybody's talking about this one for good reason. 13-0, 12-1, probably the two most talented teams in the state. How excited are you about this thing?
Well, it's another week for us. The pressure gets more intense as we move along. It's the Final Four of high school football, so we're excited. But we planned on being here. We talked about being here, and so we just got to go out and do what we do.
None of this matters, but when you played them down there in late September, I guess it was, did you have an inkling that this would eventually happen?
I did not. I didn't know what the matchups were, what the brackets were. I knew they were a good football team. I knew we had a ways to go, but could be good, and I figured, in time we'd be doing what we were supposed to, and it's worked out that we've won all our games, and they've won all of theirs since. So it makes sense that this is the matchup.
We'll save the questions as far as how this compares to other teams you've had until you win this one and win the state championship. But I want to ask you about a couple of players. Your freshman running back, Hoff, has done unbelievable things. I'm going to compare him to a guy that I know is dear to your heart, and that's Matt Colburn. At the same stage, give me a comparison, if you would.
Ron is much more mature than Matt was at this, but Matt was stronger. So that's what Ron's got to work on, is getting a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger. He's 175 pounds as a ninth grader, which is pretty good, but we know he's going to grow. He's got the same kind of vision Matt does. Right now he doesn't have Matt's power. Matt was extremely powerful, and but he's just done a great job for us, and the sky's the limit for him.
I know that winning's all that matters, but statistically, the last 8 games, he's had over 1,200 yards rushing and 19 touchdowns in the last 8 games. I mean, that's rare stuff.
Yeah. Especially a ninth grader. I wasn't aware of that. I'm not a big stat guy, but right. I mean, I get the ball to my playmakers, and we try to wear him down at first and then feed Ron in the second half, and he seems to get better as the game goes along. So that's the game plan.
Speaking of playmakers, Bobby Irby, who probably had his finest game in the first meeting, 5 catches, 170. Talk to me about a guy that's probably the most underappreciated guy in this state.
Yeah, he's become my go-to guy. Usually my X is the guy I like to go to, and Bobby's playing Z, but now I move him out to X a bunch. He's made the most improvement of probably anybody on the team since the ninth grade, and I didn't really see this coming. I really kind of thought he'd be a DB, but he wanted to be a wide receiver, and he has great hands. He can put his foot in the ground and make moves. He's just a playmaker. I say it every day in practice. Get it to your playmaker. So we're going to look for Bobby Irby.
Now you're going to be playing against a team that's got a big-time playmaker. DeCarrion Joyner, their quarterback, you said, is a special guy.
He's special. I mean, there's just nothing else you can say about it. He's just rare for high school football. He's Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson all in one. He's that good. People that want him just as a wide receiver are making a mistake. That boy's a quarterback and a difference maker. So that's really going to be our biggest test, is being able to contain him.
Defensively, you guys have been, you've said it, that they've been more consistent than the offense, and
they play great. They get shutouts, and they get 3 and outs, and they get turnovers, and it makes it easy on offense. We've struggled like anybody from time to time, but I've been very pleased with Coach Pelham and the work he's done and the way the guys have bought into the new scheme. And we're not very big, but we got one big guy in Shane Savage who's dominating the middle, and that allows the rest of them to run around like maniacs and make plays. So it's working out pretty good around Shane Savage.
Do you do anything differently when you go against a quarterback like this guy that has special abilities that you don't see every week?
Well, we've been getting after the quarterback so good that sometimes we run by the quarterback. We want to make sure that we have some pass rush lane integrity. In other words, we don't want to run by this guy because he steps up and he's in the secondary. He's going to score. He's going to make things happen. So we're trying to, we've seen people not rush him and just try to, corral him in. We're going to rush him, but we're going to be sure of where our lanes are when we do rush him.
You've been in a lot of championships. You won a lot. You've done it all. We all know that. When you face a team, even though this isn't state championship, it's next step. When you face a team that's obviously this good a team and all that, does Tom Knotts get a little extra excited, just like a player might be a little extra excited?
It's, there's two things about that. Thanksgiving is my favorite week to play football and practice. It's my favorite week. But then my next favorite week are these next 2 weeks right here. Because the teams are good. Anybody that's gotten this far, they deserve to be this far. So, yeah, it's a little extra adrenaline rush and a little extra preparation, a little extra film. And we'll go the extra mile to play a good Fort Dorchester team.
There's going to be two damn good teams out here on Friday, isn't there?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be hotter than the weather.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck, man.
Thank you.